What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie298 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. I haven't done one of these in a few months, but I thought now would be a good time. Ask people on the community tab, on Twitter, and elsewhere to ask me questions, and I just thought I would answer some of your questions today. So sit back and relax, and let's see what people want to know. Infowars wanted to know. Infowars, didn't you get banned from YouTube? Wasn't that a big deal? Infowars wanted to know, why don't you make more Francis videos? Because I don't want to get banned like Infowars. The original reason I stopped doing Francis sketches and videos is because my ex-wife and I got a divorce, and she was helping me write those characters' sketches. She was helping me film them. She was helping me to do the cleanup. She was, in a lot of ways, the heart and the soul of the character. So when she was gone, Francis kind of left with her. But a few months after the divorce, the muse bit me again, and I made this Francis sketch called Francis Gets Abandoned by His Sister, and it kind of, I don't know, rebooted the character and like recreated him for me. If you haven't seen this video, I really hope you do. I'll probably link to it down in the description box. But unfortunately, Francis turned out to kind of be poison in this whole new YouTube algorithm. For whatever reason, all my Francis videos got demonetized, like 80-90% of them, and more getting demonetized every single day. YouTube will not rest until they demonetize all of it.
Ah, gee, great. Thanks, YouTube.
But screw the algorithm and screw YouTube and screw money. Every Friday now I'm uploading a Francis sketch or a Francis video or a Francis rage or something related to Francis. You can expect to see that every Friday moving forward from here on out. Just not during the rest of the week because I got to do something to pay the mortgage. Cuban Coffee wants to know, would you ever tell the full story of your father and his death on YouTube like you did on Twitch? So as you know, there's a bunch of stories that I've never told on YouTube that I probably should in a storytime series, including the death of my father and his life and all of that stuff. They will probably eventually make it to YouTube. But right now, I'm trying to concentrate on more positive content, more happy content, because for the last year, I've been so negative. But now that I'm coming out of that funk, now that I'm coming out of like recovery from the divorce and everything else, and I'm feeling good and I've lost all this weight, I want to put positive stuff out into the world instead of negative stuff for a change. So hope you can bear with me. But those stories, they'll eventually come out. The Anomaly from Sweden wants to know, what do you think of the state of YouTube overall? It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry. Everything's going great. It's okay. It's fine. YouTube for me personally is not in a good state. I feel like I didn't put out my best content in the last year. I feel like almost every video that I've ever put out has been demonetized. I feel like I'm getting less views than I've ever gotten, in part because of both of those different reasons. And I'm certainly not alone in that. I think a lot of my fellow creators feel exactly the same way. There's still plenty of YouTubers who are nailing it in this format. You know, some of my favorites like Casey Neistat or Philip DeFranco, they continue to prosper. And some of the people who are maybe not my favorites, like the Paul brothers, they continue to make millions. I feel like YouTube always has the best of intentions when it makes a decision, but it almost always ends up blowing up in their face all of the time, and certainly blowing up in the face of creators. Their decision-making never seems to be that smart, and it never seems to be pro-consumer, and it doesn't seem to be pro-creator. It seems to almost always be pro-corporate and pro-agenda. And of course, like my infamous video about Alex Jones, in which I said he broke the rules, so therefore he got banned, that is true, but it's still a really worrisome trend that a lot of people, not just Alex Jones, are disappearing from the platform, either inorganically by getting banned or organically because their views just disappear. I will still say, I love this platform. I love the opportunity it gave me. I love the paychecks. I love everything about communicating with you here on this format. Though the folks who run this website really need to get their stuff together. I really feel that way sometimes. Here's a Magic of the Gathering related question. The Gmo champ wants to know, are you going to do a Ravnica pre-release? If so, which guild are you doing? If I was playing, I would play Golgari because I want that Assassin's Trophy, but I'm not going to be able to do it because I'm going to be out of town at the Retropalooza in Arlington, Texas. So if you live in Texas, if you're near Dallas, you want to come meet me, I will be there all weekend shaking hands and signing pictures and taking pictures and signing stuff. So just show up, and I would love to see you guys. I would much rather meet you guys than to play Magic. I really would. Dooby asks, how have you dealt with anxiety in the past? I'm going through some serious stuff right now and need some advice. Are you sure you want to ask me that question? Because anxiety and depression is why I ate myself to 600 pounds. I did not handle it well. I guess I handle it good now, but I did not handle it well at first. First piece of advice, do not try to eat yourself to death. It does not work. Second piece of advice is therapy, medication. These are really, really good tools. If you're not going through therapy, if you don't have the right medications offered to you by that therapist, then you probably need to look at that stuff. I mean, that really is the way to go. If you had a broken arm, you would go to the emergency room. If you've got a broken brain, you should see a therapist. The basic advice, though, that I learned through therapy is distraction techniques, learning to focus on things that are not the thing that are making you anxious by like playing some video games, reading a book, getting some exercise, walking the dog, something like that. The second tenet is to do no permanent damage when you're anxious. Just don't make any important decisions when you're anxious. Don't get frustrated. Don't break anything. Don't cry. Don't say anything mean or bad or scary to somebody else. Just be calm. Distract yourself. Get away from whatever's making you anxious, and just don't do any permanent damage. And that's an immediate solution, but the long-term solution is therapy. Vico Byrne wants to know, what character am I hoping to see in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? That's an easy one, right? You know what I'm going to do here. Thank you for that really easy setup. Or alternatively, Minecraft Steve would be pretty cool too, because I'm also a Steve. Mimikyu, the ghost Pokemon, wants to know, will you call out this question, please?
No, you ain't the boss of me. I'm the boss of you. Why don't you go kiss Pikachu's butt some more, you stupid ghost?
Oops, I forgot this was not part of the Ask Francis series. Sorry about that. Connor Ellis wants to know, when creating videos, do you still have the same ideas, excitement, and motivation from when you first started on YouTube? Am I still excited to make YouTube videos every day? Yes, I still love this job, but we all get burnt out from time to time. Am I excited to make the same content over and over again? No, and that's why I'm always changing it up, always doing different stuff, even with Francis trying to do completely different things with the character. If you take a look at some of my old content, it's very different. Here, take a look. Let me show you what I'm talking about. When I came up with the idea to put pudding in a mayonnaise jar and pretend I was eating pudding and make a mess out of myself, I thought I was creating YouTube gold. I was super excited to make that video. I would not make that video again today, but I'm super excited to make this one. So change it up, man. That's the key. Just keep growing as a creator, or like for me in the last year, screwing it up as a creator. But still, Tim Geiselar says, what is the hardest part about being YouTube famous? I know it's kind of a weird question, but are there any downsides, or do you consider it completely a good thing to be YouTube famous? So there's a ton of good stuff. Obviously, there's a nice paycheck involved, and you're getting to do what you love. You don't have to deal with other bosses or anything like that. Clock in from 9 to 5 every day. There's plenty of great stuff about this job. I love this job. It's mostly very, very good. There are a few frustrating things about being a public figure. People theorizing and critiquing you on the internet. It's very difficult to handle sometimes, and then you have a few crazy people like haters, or people who like send you nasty stuff to your P.O. boxes, or you deal with like death threats, or you deal with people showing up at your front door unannounced, stuff like that. So there's definitely some downsides there. I think a downside people don't really talk about that's been bothering me a lot lately is there's so many people who want to reach out to you, so many people that want to talk to you, so many people that need your help, and there's only one me, so there's only so many letters I can read in a day, so many emails that I can read, so many things that I can retweet. There's only so many people I can interact with, and it's almost like there's an infinite number of people out there who want my attention, who need my help. It's really frustrating because I wish I could do more. There's just not enough time in the day to do everything I want to do for everyone that needs it. It kind of sucks. And I know bigger YouTubers like Casey Neistat, I know for a fact they deal with that stuff. I can't imagine the guilt that they feel. Calum Shingleton Smith, great name, asks, hey Boogie, do you want another marriage or another long-term relationship? So I guess the short answer to that is yes, but not right now. Because getting a divorce and going through all of that did break me pretty badly, but not completely, so I haven't given up. I'm definitely not ready to get married again right now, though. Ideally, what I would like to find is I'd like to meet a nice young lady that has a lot in common and just hang out with them and just go to movies and just do stuff and do like that, that entry-level dating stuff for a really good long time, because I'm still recovering. I still got stuff to do. Do I think I'm going to find that person? She'd be one of the millions, so probably not. So I'm concentrating on my health, I'm concentrating on my job, and I'm concentrating on my mental health right now. Let's see if we get lucky, though. Michael says, do you think you would still be here without YouTube? Here on your screen right now? No, because how else would I get here? Man, come on, put your brain together. You think about it. Do I think I'd be where I am today without YouTube? I certainly wouldn't have lost the weight. I might even be dead, to be entirely honest with you, because when I started my YouTube career, I had given up on life. I was on disability. I was happy just dying on disability, never putting my stuff together, never getting my life together, just wasting away. And I'm fairly certain I would have wasted away by now. But YouTube gave me an opportunity to reinvent everything and recreate everything. And with a little bit of hard work and a whole bunch of luck, and thanks to you guys, I'm here, and I'm really happy to be here. This certainly beats where I was back in 2006, 2007 on disability, miserable, and alone. Thank you guys for that. And that's it. That's 10 of your questions. I'm going to wrap this video up so I can get it out right after I posted those questions so you guys can see the video immediately. I do have a sponsor shout out though real quick if you're willing to bear with me. I mentioned therapy a few times in this video, and it's no coincidence because today's sponsor is the folks over at BetterHelp. And if you've noticed that I've been doing a lot better over the last couple of months, it's because I got back into therapy and I started right there with BetterHelp. And I recommend if you need therapy, it's a good place to get started. Now look, if you're in a state of severe crisis, BetterHelp is not for you. You need to reach out to the right people, and I'll link resources down in the description box. But a few months back, I signed up for BetterHelp. It was very easy to do. I just did it via my phone, and I started talking with a therapist there. And after a couple of months of talking to that therapist almost every day, I realized that I needed much more intensive therapy than they were able to provide. They recommended I get medication, they recommended I talk to my doctor, and they recommended I got into seeing a regular therapist. And now I'm using both a regular therapist who I see once a week and the folks over at BetterHelp. And in tandem, I'm doing better than I've ever done, certainly that I've done since the divorce. So if you're struggling right now with any of the stuff I've been struggling with, the depression, the anxiety, the eating disorders, anything like that, or you just need somebody to talk to, go to betterhelp.com/BOOGIE. And if you sign up using that code, I'm going to make a little bit of money, but more importantly, you'll get the help you need. I don't even care if you use that link. Just go to BetterHelp and sign up and get the help you need today. Trust me, you're going to be very happy you did it. And if it's a matter of money, and trust me, I know what it's like to be broke. If it's a matter of money, know that there's financial assistance for those people who need it through BetterHelp. I mean, you can get therapy for a very inexpensive price. It's one of the best and most inexpensive ways to get it. I highly recommend it, and I hope you check it out if you need the help. And that's it. That's going to do it for this video. Let me know if you like these Q&A videos. I guess we'll know based on how many people drop a like, how many people subscribe from it, how many people leave comments, and don't forget to ring that notification bell while you're down there. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon. And if I haven't thanked you recently for making my life so great, thank you.